Guys, this is Ajit Gaur with my friend Chetan Ladwa, and we are going to show some apps which are useful in electronics in Android. Let's see.
Here we can see the useful electronics apps, and the first one is free electronic calculator. Here you can see the formulas, units, conversions and color codings. In formulas, there are many options like 3-phase converter, 3-phase power, capacitance, capacitor reactance, in parallel, in series, current, energy, frequency, inductance, reactance, in parallel, series, resistance. Let's see some calculation in voltage. There are three formulas for calculating the voltage, and the first one is I into R, second one is power by I, root P into R. Let's select I into R by pressing here. Put the value of I, 5, R 2, press equals. This gives 10 volts. V equals to I into R. Now let's see some other. Suppose we select frequency. Here the frequency formula is given, and we have to give the value of L into C. So give the value of L and C, press equals. This gives the value in Hertz. Now let's move towards the units. Here you will see the quantity and unit with the symbol, current, the units amperes, symbols I, frequency, inductance, resistive power, real power, voltage. Here real power is the symbol P and units kilowatt. Now moving towards conversions. Here some values are given for calculating. Let's calculate energy. Here there are 4 options. We can select the units, the main units, in which you will put the value here. That will directly give the units of the selected. Suppose we select kilojoules. Here we give the value 50. Done. Convert 50 kilobytes, that is directly given the unit kilojoules, and some values in joules, megajoules and millijoules. Okay. Now here you can see the color codings, register of capacitors, triple band. Here by selecting the color, by pressing color coding value, you will get the value of the resistor. Suppose we select brown, the second color is orange, the third color is red. Color coding value, it gives 1300 ohms. So you can select the different colors and you will get the value of resistance. Okay. Now moving toward the next app, that is electronics dictionary. Here you can search any word related to electronics. Suppose we have to find amplifier. Here you will get the definition of amplifier, and whatever related to amplifier, the word which are including in the electronics dictionary, you will get here. And suppose if you want to refer more than one times a word, you can mark this star and you will get the star marked after every time. When you open the dictionary, you can select here, you will get the amplifier. And suppose you can use it every time, and suppose we are searching here oscillator, and if you want to mark this also, this will show in the star marked amplifier and oscillator. Okay. Now moving towards the third app, that is electronics toolkit. If you want to upgrade the version, by clicking on this, the upgrade to pro version, you can get the full version of the app. Now here also you can see the register color codes. Ohm's law power series components, but let's see in Ohm's law. Here you can provide the input in voltage and current. You will get the output in resistance and power, and you also can change the unit like volt, kilovolt, and according to that you will get the changed output. You can also change in every parameters, and if you don't want to get the output in resistance and power, or if you want to change the input that is provided in voltage and current, and you want to get the output in voltage and current, you also can click on the left side and you can change it to input to output or vice versa. Now it is changed, that is, we have to provide the input in resistance and power, and the output is shown in voltage and current, and that is written here. Tap a variable name to change from output to input or vice versa. You must choose two inputs. You can change the units by tapping them. Okay. In all the other functions, the same thing can be happen according to the ease of use. Here you can get the capacitive reactance, and by pressing this tab you will get the inductive reactance, and the same that you can change the units. Thank you. Now moving towards the fourth tab, that is Electrodroid. Electrodroid having many functions related to electronics, and there are also some similar features that we have shown in the previous apps. Here the additional features are like filters. Here you have options that you can select low pass filter or high pass filter, and you have also options to select filters from RC, LC and RL. Suppose we select RL. Here we have two options to change the value of R and L, and here we get the graph by changing here, and similar in the low pass filter also we have different options, and when we select L and C we have to give the value in L and C. We get the respective graph. Here also voltage divider rule can be applied here and can get the output according to the changes in the resistance and the V-in values. Operational amplifiers. Here we can select the non-inverting amplifier, inverting amplifier and differential amplifier, and we also can change the value of feedback resistance, and different types of voltage can be given here. Battery life calculator. In every mobile phones there are different types of different value of batteries are available, and here we can change the unit of the battery, and here also we can change the parameters, and the respective output will show here. Decibel converter. Here also we can get the output in decibel, and the parameters quantity type can be selected from here. Now changing the tabs. Here in pinouts we can see the details of the ports and cables that are used in our daily life in the upcoming technologies also. pin are Apple 30 pin. Here you can see the details of the cable, port, and the functions of the different 30 pins. Now moving toward the next tab, that is resources. Here you can get the details of big microcontroller database that is not installed here, and if you press yes, you can download it from the Google Play Market. Here you can see the family of 7400. If you want the IC of 2 input NAND gate, then you have to select 7400, and if you want 2 input AND gate, you have to select 74008 for your project. Here in switch symbol, switch information is given SPST, that is single pole single throw, and the symbol is also shown here. All the types of switch you can get here: DPST, DPDT, DPCO, intermediate switch. Now moving towards the next tab, that is plugins. By pressing here, you can download it from the Google Play. Thank you. Now moving towards the last and the fifth tab, that is Logic Simulator. In Logic Simulator, you have to press begin. It is useful app for the digital electronics simulation. For getting the gates, you have to press plus sign to add the gates here. Now taking an example as AND gate, you can select any of the gate. Here we are selecting AND gate, and for applying input we are selecting high constant, that is 1. Now we can repositioning the devices. Now to select the second input, we are selecting here a button, a switch that will give 1 or 0. Both input can be applied from this. Now taking the output device, here the output device available is the light bulb. Repositioning here, to connecting the gates to the input and output device, we have to tap on the point of the every device that we have to connect to the gate, and when you tap properly, you will see here connect to an input device. Now by tapping to the another end where we have to connect, this will connect like a wire, and the connection accomplished. Connect to an input device. Now both the input devices are connected to the AND gate. Now AND gate's output must be connected to the light bulb to see the simulation. Connect to an input. Now here all the devices are connected as per the requirement to see the simulation of AND gate. Now here we are saying that the bulb is switch off, that is logic 0. When the input high, that is 1, is given, and the another input is 0, that is low, and when it multiplied in the AND gate, this will give the low logic. Now pressing the button that will make the switch high, then the inputs at the AND gate are 1, that is logic high, and that will give the output also the same, that is high logic. here the lightning bulb we can see as the high logic. So when we required, we can change as per the requirement. And if you want to change the device or any gate or any inputs, we can tap here and deselect the devices. We can change the input and output devices here and can select different gates. Thank you.